What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you guys see by the title down below, today we're going to be making a cake for Toby. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so here I have all of the ingredients that we're going to be using, and I love this recipe because one, it is super easy, super simple, and really fast to do. So we're going to be using some peanut butter. Make sure that this peanut butter is all natural, no preservatives, no nothing in there. Make sure that there's no whatever this word is on your peanut butter, because that is toxic for dogs. We are going to be using oat blend flour. We're going to be using some Greek plain yogurt, alright? Plain yogurt, some pumpkin puree. Make sure it's 100% pumpkin puree. Do not use pumpkin pie filling or anything like that. Just pumpkin puree, 100% natural. We're gonna be using 1 banana. If you have a red banana, better. 2 eggs, applesauce, and baking soda. With that being said, let's start mixing everything. All right, so here I have my little mixer. I'm just gonna be using a regular whisk attachment because why not? And the first thing that we're gonna be doing is great. The first thing that we're going to be doing is we're just going to go ahead and peel our banana, and we're going to go ahead and mash this up. Now you can do this in a separate bowl, but again, we're lazy around here. I'm not going to do all of that. So we're just going to let that mixer do its thing, right? Now the full recipe with all the measurements and everything will be shown right here, so that way you guys can go ahead and take a screenshot and do it at home. Now what I love about this recipe is that literally I can just mix everything into the mixer and I don't have to worry about certain steps or wet ingredients first or dry ingredients first. This is different than making a regular human cake. Alright, my bananas are all mashed together, and now we're going to go ahead and literally just add everything else. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start off with half a cup of applesauce. This smells delicious. And now, you guys are probably wondering, Felipe, why are you even making a dog cake, you know? Well, you guys, Toby's birthday was literally a couple of days ago, and we weren't even here because we had a wedding to go to. And I know, I feel bad. But anyways, let's add this. But I was like, you know what? I have to make them a little cake, so that's what I'm doing right now. Now we're gonna also add half a cup of pumpkin puree. It's okay if you go a little overboard. Okay, now we're gonna do half a cup of peanut butter. Literally, this recipe is so easy, you guys. Half a cup, half a cup, half a cup. There's a lot of half a cups. All right, let's add this in here. All right, now we're gonna add half a cup of our yogurt. Toby loves this. All right, we have half a cup. All right, now that we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and add our 2 eggs. Okay, now we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Not baking powder, baking soda. Now, baking soda is typically somewhat safe for dogs, but obviously in moderation. So if you give your dog a bunch of this, it is not good for them. But since we're using very, very tiny amounts of this, and it's literally just occasionally that they're eating this, they're going to be fine, all right? Now, unless your dog is somewhat allergic to baking soda or whatever the case is, then do not use this. The only difference that this is going to make is this baking soda is going to help our cake rise, and it's going to make it nice and fluffy. If we do not use this, then it is going to make it really dense and more of a mushy texture. Now trust me, your dogs will still love it. Let's add. And lastly, we're going to be adding 2 cups of our oat flour. Okay, now that we have everything in our bowl, all we're going to do is just mix it all together, and that is pretty much it. Look at this. Woo! I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to take off as much as possible. Alrighty, now that we're done mixing, it should look something like this, where it's nice and thick, but also nice and runny. Now, trust me, this is going to make really, really nice and beautiful. And I'm going to divide this between 2 little 6-inch cake pans. Now, I did go ahead and add a little bit of Crisco on my pans just to make sure that this cake is not going to stick to my pan. So just be careful with that. You can also use a little bit of that baking spray. It's not really going to harm your dog. You're just using a small amount of it. So your dog should be fine. We'll be fine. Alrighty. So all we're going to do is tap a little bit and let's put them in the oven. Now you're going to go ahead and bake these for around 35 minutes or so, just depending on your oven, at 350 degrees, or until your cake is already risen a little bit and you put a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. You don't want your cake to be wobbly, you want your cake to be mushy or gooey, so that's how you'll know when your cake is ready. Alright, now we're going to be making our icing, and for this, it's really easy, really simple. Peanut butter and a little bit of heavy whipping cream to fluff it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups of peanut butter into our mixer. We're gonna mix that up, and then we're gonna add a little bit at a time, just depending on the consistency. Now this is a little bit optional. If you want to go ahead and just do an icer cake with just plain peanut butter, that's up to you. I like to fluff it up a little bit so it's not so thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by adding, like I said, 2 cups. So here it is, 1 cup. Now before I add the heavy whipping cream, I am going to whip this up first, just so it gets nice and fluffy, and then we'll go ahead and add some. And there you go, that's about another cup. Now remember to keep an eye on your cakes. Every oven is different. Some can bake in like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, just depending, okay? So just keep an eye on it. So we have 2 cups of our peanut butter. Now we're just gonna go ahead and mix this up. So look at this. We have our peanut butter. It is really nice and whipped up and mixed. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit while it's mixing. Just a small little splash. There you go. We'll whip that up, see what it gives us. We can add a little bit more of anything. That's making it really nice and fluffy there. Okay, so look at this. So this right here, this consistency is not so bad. I could add a little bit more of anything just to make it more fluffy. This is beautiful. Look at this. Woo! Yes, I didn't know we were making peanut butter buttercream. Alright, so our cakes are ready. They were actually baked in 28 minutes, just to be exact. And our icing is nice and ready. I had this in the fridge. Look at this. This smells delicious, you guys. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take these out. Now look at this. I absolutely love the way they came out. We're gonna go ahead and cut off a little bit of it, just so that way it is nice and flat. There you go. Now look at that. That looks like a cake. It's nice, fluffy, airy, perfect. And it smells delicious. So I'm gonna get a little bit of our icing, put it down here. There we go. We're gonna grab our other cake, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and just cut off a little bit. And what this is gonna do, we're gonna put some filling in the middle. We're gonna turn this one around, and we want it to sit as flat as possible. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and put this next one. All right, now all we're gonna do is literally just cover this entire cake, ice it, and start decorating. All right, so here's where you will decide what you want to do with your cake. Since I'm a baker and I have a lot of cake tools, then obviously we can use our scraper and add some texture on the side. We can go ahead and do all this piping and all this different kind of things so that way the cake looks super cute. But if you're at home and let's just say you don't really bake or you don't have any tools, but you just want to go ahead and do something for your cute little dog, then all you have to do is either with the spatula, the back of a spoon, the back of a knife, or whatever, you can add some cute texture to your cake. So all you have to do is hold your spoon or your spatula or whatever you have, and literally you can just make a bunch of little lines on this cake so it looks something like this, which will make your entire cake look super freaking cute. And then the top, we literally just go ahead and take it off so that way it looks nice and straight. Okay, so here I have this little metal scraper. All we're gonna do is just put it on the side of the cake. We're gonna go ahead and turn my turntable here. And it's gonna give me this beautiful texture on the side of my cake, which is gonna look amazing. There we go. Perfect. Now that this is done, you can either just leave the top like that, or you can just be like, man, I'm gonna add a cute little texture on there. So I'm just gonna literally get my spatula so it looks nice and cute. And let's get our piping bag and add a cute little border on it. We're gonna add some of our icing to make it look extra cute. Now let's go ahead and add a border. Okay, this has a border. Now we're gonna do one on top. Now to finish this cake, I am going to be adding some cute little blueberries on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some cute little dollops of icing so that way we can put some cute little blueberries. Yo, this is looking so cute. All right, let's get those blueberries. Okay, I went ahead and washed my blueberries already this morning, so they are nice and dry now. And all I'm gonna do is I'm literally just going to add a cute little blueberry on every little dollop of icing on here. Toby loves blueberries, you guys. If you want to add slices of banana, if you want to add slices of strawberries or doggy treats or whatever you want to add, you can do so. So with that being said, let me clean up and show you guys the final cake. Alrighty guys, and here it is, our final cake for your dog. Super easy and simple recipe that you guys can make at home. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure you guys share this video around with your friends and your family so that way they can also make this cake for their furry friends. And if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, share this video around, comment down below what's your favorite part. Do you guys enjoy these type of videos? What other videos would you guys like to see? Other recipes or cake tutorials or whatever the case is, let me know in the comment section below. And also, while you're down there, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell so that way YouTube notifies you when we upload a brand new YouTube video. And I know you guys want to see Toby's reaction to this cake and him eating this cake, so I just posted a brand new TikTok video over on my TikTok account, so make sure you guys go check it out. I'll leave the link down below as well so you guys can go see him eat his cake for his birthday. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.